of STAAR. What do you guys think are the most tested genres for STAAR? You guys have seen STAAR for years.
Informational text.
Informational. What else?
Fiction.
Fiction.
Poetry.
Poetry. Then drama.
What about that format they use on STAAR that we hate? That we're constantly teaching it, but the kids are not always hopping on board, where there's two.
Fair passages.
Oh.
Yeah, fair
Oh. Okay, so since we only have 10 days, we're going to more bang for our buck, informational, fiction, and paired passages. So in paired passages, we're going to throw in poetry. We're going to do paired passages across genres. So we'll probably do informational and poetry. We get a lot of that. Or fiction and poetry. But we're going to devote 3 days to fiction, 3 days to informational, and 3 days to paired, and 1 day for like a comprehension review. So that's what our first day is going to be. It's going to be comprehensive. So on day 1, you will come in and start with what's called the tour of knowledge, and that's page 1 right there. So you can organize your students into groups of 3 or 4, whatever fits best for you. I liked 3 if I was going to do groups. Sometimes 4 is a crowd. You're going to give each group a different colored marker, and you're going to have 6 posters around the room. So that's page 2 in your packet. Those are like the little post-its.
Oh, okay.
You're going to give them 3 or 4 minutes at each station to record answers. So notice our little posters are labeled with the 6 genres. All we want them to do for 3 or 4 minutes in their little group as they go around the room is to write down anything they remember about that genre. It could be anything. It could be a story they read that they remember. It could be something, an activity you guys did when you were covering that genre that they remember. But so for 3 minutes, I want you guys to, this is the student part. So pretend you're students, okay? So for 3 minutes, y'all just talk with each other and jot down some things on your little post-its that you're hoping your lovely students are going to write when they go to your poster. Okay? All right, go for it.
Are we supposed to talk to each other?
Yes, absolutely.
So what should we do? The leaves? The leaves?
Oh, the leaves,
The
yes.
poetry.
Oh, yeah, the poetry. All in figurative language.
I do hope they remember.
Metaphors, similes, personification. Leave a little room on your post-its. You're going to come back and read some. Do you want to put figurative language?
Where are you going to put that? For poetry?
Oh, yeah.
We can put it in fiction too.
Yes.
And then for drama, we could do the monsters are due.
Oh, yes.
Monsters. And then I think for argumentative, like we did those anchor charts and we kind of went over them of like the claim and
The rhetorical and
the rhetorical fallacies.
fallacies. Yes.
Fallacies. And then we did the entire kind of activity with the bystander effect with the argument.
Yes, yes. And they did the essay.
Yes. So they saw it and then they
say yes.
We went through both of those.
We just did that stuff about social media, informational.
Yes.
Was that informational and argumentative?
That was both, yes.
Refugee.
being.
That was really good. And I like that we did that one pager for refugee.
Oh, I
I think that's really
Oh,
good.
yes.
Because we did a lot of different parts of it.
Probably shouldn't ask.
That's what we're doing right now. Literary nonfiction?
Yes, that's what I meant.
Biographies, memoirs, diary.
I remember they did that speech
Yes.
by Eli
Yes.
Wiesel,
So,
Perils of Indifference.
what else do we have out in the lockers? We did the poems.
What do we have right now?
We have the pagers.
And it was a poem. So before
Oh, okay.
me poem.
Oh, the bio poems. That was really fun.
Okay, so I noticed you guys are talking a lot about things that y'all have read that were or activities you've done, the poetry with the tree and the things you're hoping they'll remember as they're walking around the room talking about poetry and argumentative text and fiction. Now, we're going to wear the teacher hat for 3 minutes, and we're going to talk about what you guys think are the most important parts of each genre or the most important tidbits of information that you want to make sure if the kids don't hit it, you're kind of throwing it in there as they're walking around in their groups because they're going to need it for STAAR. So take fiction, for example. As a teacher, you've seen STAAR tons. What do you think are some of the most important aspects of fiction that they need to remember? What do you think? We'll do that to you.
You're asking.
Yeah, that's
I
what
think
it
they
is.
need to. I think they've got to know somebody wanted, but so then because they're going to ask them to summarize. And I feel like what they forget is what am I supposed to do with this piece of writing?
Somebody wanted,
But so
then. So summary. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
you know when they read a fiction passage, they're gonna ask a summary question. What else do you think?
I think, author's purpose, I think that's really important. It's just kind of like, why did the author write it? What is he trying to tell me?
Because
I think
have
sometimes-
to infer.
Yeah,
too.
because sometimes I feel like that's harder for the students to understand, so I think it's important if you kind of model that for them. What does it look like?
Anything else? As always, think about the questions you see for fiction.
I think questions like about plot too,
Oh, good.
Close plot.
Right?
like climax of the story,
Yes.
and again that goes kind of with summarizing like who is it about, what are they doing.
So you could do this one of two ways. You know your classes. You could do one round where they write down everything they remember, and then you could do another round where you ask them, okay, maybe you see it on the first round, maybe you see that they write down plot, and they wrote down author's purpose. But usually they're not going to on the first round. They're going to write down like, oh, we did this, and this activity was great. Okay, round 2, guys, we're going to talk about what are the aspects of fiction. What are the elements of fiction? Oh, what do they ask you to do on STAAR? Because maybe if you ask that question, they'll come up with all the same things y'all came up with. Think about all the questions we asked you on your CBAs. And maybe they'll come up with plot, author's purpose, summary. If they don't, that's what we'll want to guide them. And you can go to each poster and add your notes too. But that's just day 1. You're trying to get them thinking about all the different genres. Poetry, they're probably rhyming, or they're going to talk about the great activities. But us as teachers, we know what are they going to get asked about poetry. They'll probably get asked about figurative language,
Repetition. Mood and tone.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
The rhythm or the rhyming.
Yeah. we know you're not going to have time to go through it all, but hopefully 10 days before STAAR, we're just trying to jog their memories. Let's do informational. Ooh, because that's a big one. What do you think? Oh, this is all over the place.
Because information can have everything.
Yeah.
They ask on that one too. Sometimes they do the author's purpose,
They do?
and sometimes the intended audience.
Oh, that's right.
That's a good one.
Who are they writing to?
Oh, that's hard. What's the structure?
Yes.
What are they? What is
Structure,
their
Yes.
The author
Organizations.
Yes.
What about this one? What was the main idea of paragraph 1?
Oh, get the gist, right?
Yeah.
Because we'll be using to.
So for your fiction and for informational, if you used, I know you guys used somebody wanted, but so then for your summary technique, hopefully they're going to throw that out at you, or get the gist. Hopefully they're going to throw out some techniques. But that is day 1. It's just trying to be a fun activity that gets them up and around and talking, but about all the genres. I bet drama's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
You might get some acting happening on that one. But the other activity for day 1 is play it safe. So that should be the next page for you, is it?
Mhm.
Yes. So we've got them thinking about all their different genres and different tidbits of information about each genre, what they might see on STAAR for each genre. So for this one, you can leave them in groups of 3 or put them down into thinking partners. But they're each going to have response cards, which I've made for you.
Oh,
Nice.
gosh.
So you guys are nice. So they're the 6 genres. So I'll hand these to you, and the kids will get. I made enough for each kid to have one. Each kid to have a set.
Okay.
So here you're going to have. Sorry. So those are like their playing cards.
Mm-hmm.
So it says on number 3, teacher presents a statement and students match the statement. You're going to present test questions. And based on that test question,
I like
the
that.
kids are going to play it. So you're going to read the test question, give them a few minutes to think, maybe not a few minutes, maybe 30 seconds to look and see. And then you're going to say play it, and they're going to show you the card. You could do it where they slap down the card, which could, by the end of 20 minutes, be like, no more slapping. Or they could hold up the card, they're color-coded. So,
And I
this-
like that the back is white, so it's you
Oh,
hold
that
it.
is.
yes, the
They don't
kids
feel
behind
like
them.
shy or nervous that they're
Yes.
wrong.
So, this is going to be what it looks like. And I've made these so you'll have them too. So, let's look at question number 1. Don't say your answer out loud. Look at your cards and tell me what genre you think this test question goes with. It says the imagery in stanzas 3 and 4 suggests that. Okay, so you're going to hold up your card high. Are you ready? Wait. The teacher has to say, play it. Okay, are you ready?
Ready?
Play it. What is it? Poetry. And then if you're the old teacher like me, you're like, wait, what does the card say? I thought, let me make it color-coded. That'll help.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, let's do another one. Because this game is how I like this game. Okay, you ready? The author organizes the selection by